Sunshine here at J-Tech, and today I'm going to show you how to measure driveline angles on this Chevy Duramax. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to make sure that our first measurement is on the transmission, because we want to go from the transmission to the front of the drive shaft, and then to the rear of the front drive shaft, and then to the front of the rear, the back of the rear, and then the differential. I know it sounds really crazy, but it's really not. So the first thing you want to do is make sure that your first measurement is on the tap that's going to the transmission, not to the drive shaft. And then you want to take your little protractor here, it's a little digital one. Make sure it's zeroed out. I already did zero it out. All you want to do is sit it down and let it zero for the most part. Okay, and then I got a little socket just for measurement's sake. And when you put your protractor on there, you want to try to get it as dead center as possible and make sure the protractor is in line with the drive shaft as much as you possibly can. So looks like I'm getting we'll call it 4.0 because I'm shaking. Alright, so that's your first measurement. That's your transmission measurement. So what you want to do, make sure you have a sheet of scratch paper here, and I already have it laid out. So your transmission is going to be 4.0. And it was down. You see, if you look on the protractor, it has an arrow pointing up, and then you got one pointing down. You want to make sure that whatever measurement you get, you see if it's up or down, because if this one is up and this one's down, this one happens to be up, I would subtract or add these two. So if whatever measurement I get here is also down, I'll just subtract the two from here. But if this one is up and this one's down, I have to add the two. Alright, so let's move on to the next one. So now I'm going to make sure your truck is in neutral, of course. Make sure the rear is jacked up off the ground so you can rotate the drive shaft. You want to make sure your drive shaft is in line with your differential. Okay, make sure it's straight. You want to take the same measurement. This time you're doing the front drive shaft. 2.1, so we'll call it 2.1. So that is the front of your front drive shaft. So I got front drive shaft, it's 2.1, and it was down. Alright, so my first angle here is going to be 4.0 minus 2.1, which is going to be 1.9. So my first angle is 1.9 down. That's angle 1. These six angles here are going to give you 3 angles in total. You're going to subtract the 2 here, subtract these 2, and subtract these 2. 3 numbers. Alright, let's move on. Now we're going to go to the rear drive shaft, rear front drive shaft, and you see that I haven't moved it yet because I'm still measuring the front drive shaft. So I come here, put my socket on there, make sure that the protractor is right side up and in the same line with the drive shaft. Also 2.1 down. So I just record it and move on. So you want to make sure that you have your snap rings out. You want just the cap exposed. Always remember that as well. Alright, so let's this is the rear front drive shaft. And it looks like I'm getting 4.8 down. So you want to record that now. Alright, so now you're going to do 4.8 and 2.1, which is going to be, what was that? Alright, so 2.7 down. That's your second angle. Your final angle is going to be okay, yeah, sorry. So your final angle, you want to always, that's another thing, you want to make sure that you're measuring from passenger side to driver's side. If you start this way, you end this way. You don't want to do it this way because it's going to be backwards. Or you can, but you can't swap sides. If you start this side, you stay on this side, and if you start this side, you stay on this side. Make sure that your snap rings are out. Measure it. Alright, so first measurement, last angle, 2.1. I'm going to measure, put 2.1. That one's down. Now the last thing you're going to measure is your rear differential. Just like the transmission, you want to spin it and make sure that the cap you measure is on the rear differential yoke. Alright? It's like 1.7? Yeah, 1.7. So now you have your 1.7 here. And you go 2.1, 1.7. It's 11, 1. 11 minus 7 is 4. So, and that's 0, so 0.4. So your last angle is, okay, yeah, 0.4 down. So they have to be within 1 degree of each other. And you see here in angle 2 that this one is actually 2.7. So this is definitely out of spec. So you would need to inspect what would cause this to be out. And if you look, this is going to be right here. This, the middle one, this is your angle 2. And if you look, you see that? That is horrible. So that lets you know this carrier bearing right here is completely shot. And the drive shaft itself, if you look, has a big dent in it. So that could also cause a big problem. And it looks to be slightly out of phase, but that'll be in another video. So the biggest issue we see right now is the reason this angle is so bad is because of this carrier bearing right here. So you definitely need to get this replaced. So I would submit to my customer that he needs a new carrier bearing, he or she. But so I just showed you how to do the angles for the driveline. And you can check back with me next week for another video. That's all I got for you guys today. Have a good one.